Some mornings feel extra personal, not because of what's said, but because of what's shared. And this morning, Joss didn't say a word, but he posted something that said everything. Just a quiet moment, going barefaced, sleepy, soft, captured in the reflection of a mirror by someone who was clearly right there. No filters. No setup. Just pure intimacy. The kind you don't usually see unless you wake up beside someone. So now fans are wondering, was this just a candid snap, or a quiet confirmation of something more? It was early. Quiet. The kind of morning where the world hasn't fully woken up yet. And then Joss posted, not a caption, not a selfie, but a soft image of Gawin, seen through a mirror. Hair tousled, eyes half closed, wrapped in that just woke up energy. It didn't look staged. It didn't feel public. It felt like something meant to be private. A moment you'd only capture if you were right there, watching him start this day. And fans, they noticed, because love real closeness, it shows up in the quietest pictures. At first glance, it's just a reflection, but the more you look, the more the details start to speak. The way the lighting falls soft, familiar, like a place they both know too well, the position of the camera low, relaxed, like someone still sitting on the edge of a bed, and Gawin, not posing, not performing, just being. Fans couldn't help but ask, was this his room, or was it their room? Because it didn't feel like a visit. It felt like home, a shared space, a quiet routine. The kind that doesn't need explaining because it's already been lived in together. And suddenly Oni photo turned into 1,000 quiet questions. And just when fans thought they were overthinking it, another clue appeared. Subtle. Easy to miss. But for those who pay attention, it said a lot. A shared mirror. A glimpse of someone in the corner. The kind of moment that happens when two people are moving around the same space, getting ready for the day, together. Not loud. Not obvious. Just familiar. Because when two people start to share mornings, they also start to share little routines, a toothbrush here, a glance there. And sometimes, even the quiet hum of being in the same room without needing to say a single word. And in that silence, fans heard something loud. These two might be closer than we ever imagined. Other couples might rely on video calls, checking in from miles apart, counting down the days until they meet again, but Joss and Gawin, they don't seem to need that, because when Joss wants to see Gawin, he doesn't reach for his phone. He just walks over, right into the same room, right into the same air. No lag. And no distance. Just presence. It's the kind of closeness you don't have to perform, the kind that says, I'm already here, and maybe that's what makes their bond feel so different. They're not apart, trying to stay connected, they're together living it. And for fans watching closely, that kind of quiet nearness speaks louder than any caption ever could. It didn't take long for fans to notice, and once they did, the timeline lit up. Wait, did they just wake up together? Same bathroom? Same lighting? Joss, why do you know Gawin's sleepy face that well? Post after post zoom-ins on mirror corners, comparisons of backgrounds, theories that sounded more like love poems than detective work. But underneath all the teasing and speculation, there was something else. A quiet happiness, because whether they're just close friends, or something even closer. Fans can feel it, the warmth, the care. The way Joss sees Gawin not just as a co-star, but as someone worth capturing in his softest, most unguarded moments, and in a world that's always rushing. That kind of gentle attention. Yeah, it's rare and beautiful. By now, it's not even about proof anymore. It's about the pattern. The little ways Joss always seems to be there. The way Gawin looks just a little softer when he's with him, and how their days start together. Without saying much, without needing to. This isn't the kind of connection you can fake. Not for the camera, not for fan service, because no one can consistently capture someone that gently unless they see them that way for real. And maybe that's what makes it all so magnetic. Not the drama, not the rumors, but the quiet comfort of knowing Joss and Gawin might just be real. Sometimes love doesn't come with a big reveal. It doesn't need holding hands in public, or a grand caption online. Sometimes it's just being there. First thing in the morning. Last thing at night, brushing past each other in the bathroom, not awkwardly, but like it's happened 100 times before. And that's what fans are seeing now, not staged moments, but a rhythm, a routine, a softness that slips through the cracks. In mirror reflections. In sleepy glances. And the way Joss looks at Gawin like he's always seen him, and maybe, just maybe, that's what real love looks like when it's not trying to prove itself. In a world where every move can be watched, closeness becomes rare, realness, even rarer. But with Joss and Gawin, sometimes it feels like they forget the cameras, forget the crowd, forget that any of us are even watching. The way Joss lingers near Gawin, not performing, just existing close to him. Like it's the most natural thing in the world. The way Gawin smiles when Joss is near, not big, not loud, just soft, safe. It's like they're in their own little bubble, a quiet world that doesn't need announcing, because for them, what's real doesn't have to be loud, and maybe that's what makes fans fall harder, not for just a pairing, but for a feeling, the kind of love that whispers. Maybe it's not a big declaration, maybe it's not something they'll ever say out loud, but sometimes the story is already being told through quiet mornings, unfiltered photos, and two people who don't need to miss each other because they never really leave. No goodnight video calls. And no long-distance sadness. Just Joss right there, taking Gawin's photo before the world even opens its eyes. They're not asking us to understand. They're not explaining anything. But with every mirror reflection, every glance from behind, they're showing us a closeness that feels lived in, like they've already chosen each other, not for show, but for real life. And maybe that's the kind of story that doesn't need words, because it's already happening every morning. In the same room. In the same light.